This is the TTL Podcast. We want to teach you tactics to better understand and lead your technical organization. Grounded in our extensive experience leading teams and organizations, both large and small, and guided by the best research available. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the TTL Podcast. This time you've got just me. Mon-Chaio is unfortunately feeling a little under the weather and has been called onto jury duty, so you've got me for a week while he sorts all of that out. On these Vacationcasts, even though this one isn't really a vacation, we talk about what we've been reading and what you might find interesting. So what I've been reading recently is A Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, which is a book that's been on my shelf ever since I was in high school. And I'm not exactly sure how to introduce it. It is a book on sword fighting. Miyamoto Musashi was a renowned sword fighter from the 1600s in Japan, and he wrote a book on his technique. The book's kind of become a little bit of a business book. As a person who did Japanese fencing for a while, I have a hard time seeing exactly how it fits, but it is still an interesting book to read, especially if you're interested in sword fighting. If you are interested in sword fighting, send us an email and I can give you a few other books as well. There was, however, a thing I think that is useful for this podcast, which is that he gives his way, for what it's in my translation, it says, his way for men who want to learn strategy. I think now we can take that as a little bit more encompassing of people, so people who want to learn strategy. His strategy. And I think this is a nice list, just in general. Do not think dishonestly. The way is in training. Become acquainted with every art. Know the ways of all professions. Distinguish between gain and loss in worldly matters. Develop intuitive judgment and understanding for everything. Perceive those things which cannot be seen. Pay attention even to trifles. Do nothing which is of no use. I think that's a good list. Now, in addition to A Book of Five Rings, I'm also reading No Hard Feelings, The Secret Power of Embracing Emotions at Work by Liz Fossline and Molly West Duffy. I'm only a few chapters into this so far, so I can't say a huge amount about it, but so far I'm 3 chapters in, and it's a really good book. It's a good, light, but in-depth overview, I would say, of how to just be happier at work and happier in life. I think it doesn't go vastly into depth on anything, but it does touch on so many topics that I think it would be a great jumping off point for a lot of other research into what you can do better. It's called No Hard Feelings, but it covers much more than that. It covers health, your motivation, decision-making, communication, culture, leadership. And so far, I've really enjoyed it, and I think I can recommend it to all of our listeners. But that's all I've got for you. Miyamoto Musashi's A Book of Five Rings, and Liz Fossline and Molly West Duffy's No Hard Feelings. Those are my current readings, and those are what I might recommend to others to pick up and try out and see where they take you. Till next time, be kind and stay curious.